What, 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 what's good, YouTube universe? Fizz and Friends Gaming back here with another Madden Stars original series matchup here down in Fizzleman Picks Lounge, brought to you by EA Sports and Fizz and Friends Gaming. Here on this wonderful channel, we have this special game here live. Always check back the recap in previous seasons for Madden Stars, but we here in Fizzleman Picks Lounge. Fizzleman Picks the San Francisco 49ers to take this W over the Seattle Seahawks. Why? Because the 49ers is the first team to actually pick me up and take me undrafted and put me in the league. So I always will go with the 49ers at all times because they the reason why I'm here. Going any further, the 49ers in real life is doing wonderful. 49ers here is pretty subpar. You can check out the records as we go into a little commercial break. Loading screens, pauses, blue screens are all commercial breaks. But before we go into that and then come back for this game, the Seahawks made it to the playoffs this year in real life and in this game. So, like I said, the reason I'm going with the 49ers is because they the one who picked us up, drafted us, and put us here. Well, not draft us, undrafted us and put us here. Picked us up, undrafted, and put us here. But without further ado, like always, it's us against the world. Oh wait, bring it back. It looks like the world is on our side as the overall is the world percentage, and if the overall is more than the team that we pick, it's us against the world. But it looked like it's the world on our side this time. But like I said, without further ado, let's get into this last day football. And like I said, 49ers the team that brought us undrafted, so why not make it that wonderful game, 100 season of the NFL, the last game of the season in that 100 season for the regular season. Let's get this game going and move on to the next season. Playoffs coming, so yeah, check out, tune for that, and like that. Yeah, let's get this game going.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. Ahead, we'll get a look at Jimmy Garoppolo and the San Francisco 49ers as they square off with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, it is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And last week's win was indicative of how good this team can be. It was a complete performance.
On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Seahawks offense led out by number 3, Russell Wilson, the franchise's all-time leader in touchdown passes. And the Seahawks, they finished above 500 in all 7 of Wilson's seasons. But this year a little different. They'll work with a very young receiving core. No Doug Baldwin anymore in what promises to be a tough NFC West. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Throwing is Wilson. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. And here's the starting offensive unit for Seattle.
And the play of this offensive line is going to be so important in this game because we saw the sack a minute or so ago. They've got to be able to give their guy time to throw. That means communication and being physical is vital. Otherwise, this could be a long game.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Fourth down, and out is the all-pro punter from a year ago, Michael Dixon, to punt for Seattle. The 49ers have Richie James back deep. Taking it about the 36. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. So here are the Niners now to get their first drive. They'll have Jimmy G calling the shots. Grew up in the northern suburbs of Chicago, went to Eastern Illinois. Jimmy Garoppolo.
If you just break it down in individual terms, he played really well last week. 0 interceptions, 3 touchdown passes. Not a whole lot more he could have done to win that game. But you know something's funny, when we talked to him, all he focused on were throws he missed, other opportunities that didn't get done.
Good sign of a leader.
Great sign of a leader because they didn't win, and that's all he cares about.
Well, remember, Tevin Coleman was in the two-headed backfield in Atlanta during his 4 years there, along with Devontae Freeman. Now he joins a crowded backfield in San Francisco. But in Atlanta, he played under offensive coordinator Kyle Shanahan, and then, of course, Shanahan becomes a 49er head coach, and he made it a point to go out and snag his former running back because he really likes his 26-year-old ball carrier. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. The numbers for Sanders last week, 6 catches, 75 yards.
And he was able to haul that pass in there, but he knows he's got a tough task ahead of him. This unit in the top 5 in the NFL against the pass. He's going to have to really work hard to get open.
Throwing again on second down. Garoppolo.
Come on, baby. Here we go. 80. Check, right 54. Right 54.
On first down, Garoppolo. Complete. Smith has it. A gain of 6 there on first.
Here we go.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. He's got Smith here. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Garoppolo and the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Garoppolo looks to throw. And Sanders has got it, complete. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down. They'll run with a former Viking, Jerick McKinnon. And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Jerick McKinnon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Out comes the Seattle offense. We take a peek at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. And what they do know is they'll be playing at home come January, at least for one game, as they've locked up the NFC West. You'd love those top 2 slots, obviously, but 3 and 4, historically, really not that bad of a place to be.
No, because you're hosting. All right, you're at home, and you guarantee yourself that by winning your division, the first round for sure. And the other part I look at is, you and I were just talking about the NFC West. That's a tough division to win.
Yeah, typically tough year in, year out, whether you're looking at recent memory or way back in memory.
Here we go.
On the delay, here's Carson. 4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. And he finds Penny. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They run it with Carson. And he's got some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Here's Carson. In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
What do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snootful, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
Here we go. SOS.
On second down now, it's Carson. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And it's hauled in by Ed Dixon. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 35.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
54 Mike. Army. Check three.
Here's the second-year man from San Diego State, Rashad Penny. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Check 26.
On second down, here's Penny. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So third and long. Now Wilson dumps that off to Penny as running back. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on fourth down. It's Jason Myers. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The 49er offense, they're coming back out onto the field, and we're going to give you a look at the playoff picture now into the weekend in the NFC. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now, pass complete here to Sanders. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 15 for the Niners there and a first down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Second down, McKinnon. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. And these are the guys we're about to see down on the turf in just a moment.
Joe Staley, the left tackle, one of the most respected players in the league, as well as one of the most talented.
Here we go.
They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I wonder if they just kind of outguessed themselves a little bit trying to run it on third down. Probably should have gone to the air to try and pick it up. Instead, the punting unit will have to run on the field.
On is the rookie fourth-rounder Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. On the NFL scoreboard, an update from Los Angeles. It's the Rams that have grabbed the early lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Even though they might not find the #1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Play action. It's Wilson. Looking deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Wilson defers to Penny here on the draw. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Wilson. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's Emmanuel Sanders now as he and the rest of the offense march back onto the field. He's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season, but you read the local paper this morning. There was no talk of that mark. They interviewed him, and he wasn't talking about 1,000 yards. The old cliche focused on this game. If he has a big one, might be able to get the win and the 1,000 yards.
Seems like he just wants to let it come to him, right, as opposed to trying to force it. And that's probably the right idea and the right attitude. So game situation, play calling will dictate things. Now, how does he get there once he tries to get hot? Formations, route running, trying to get mismatches for him. different types of routes he will run downfield, short, medium, long. All those things will come into play as he tries to get to that magical number.
Right back to Coleman here on first down. Now a loose football. Coleman lost it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Hey, here we go. Like 20. 54. I'm coming after you, man.
On second down, it's Coleman. And he'll only get a yard, maybe two, up to the 46.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on third. Yeah, that one going to be knocked away and incomplete. Give credit to K.J. Wright. He was disrupting defensively.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
Now it's Wilson. This complete to Lockett. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
They go play action with Wilson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again, Wilson. They set up the screen to Penny. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. David Moore, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Play action. Now Wilson. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
That's how we do it, baby.
These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the shotgun, Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and then angled for him and shot for him. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
Here we go.
And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. Fighting to get back to the goal line. I don't think he got there. He did not get back there. It's a safety. I think you'd have to say this crowd here in Seattle, this 12th man, had something to do with that.
As well as the architect of this stadium. Combined with this crowd noise, makes it very difficult to run offense. And here, 2 points result for the defense.
It is deafening in here. So free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. This is Carson. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. The Seahawks on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now Wilson. That's caught by Penny. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
A pretty good looking run there on 1st down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down now, it's Carson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Garoppolo now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ziggy Ansah able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking 1st down.
Here we go.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the run.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. Well, that's complete to Sanders.
Go ahead.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Garoppolo now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's 1st down. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 15 for the Niners there and a 1st down.
Here we go.
2 minutes even in what's been a tight first half. 8-7 our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. To throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Garoppolo. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin. That'll bring up 2nd down. Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. And it's caught. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. It's Coleman here. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 2nd and goal from the 1. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Ezekiel Ansah in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear them now. 3rd and goal. Garoppolo looks to throw, and this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thank you as always. Welcome into our final regular season edition of our Halftime Report. Playoff lives hanging in the balance as we take you around the NFL one final time. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the second quarter. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Samuel, the 36 overall pick in last year's draft, played his college ball at South Carolina. Really good senior campaign, 62 catches, 882 yards, and also threw in 11 touchdowns for good measure.
Here we go.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here we go, here we go. 180! 54! Hut! Touchdown, defense.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he loses the football a second time.
Right there! All day, baby!
So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A very solid gain of 27. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Coleman now. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. They will run again with Coleman. That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the 3rd quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Here's Mostert. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here, not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
Last year's NFL leader in field goal percentage, Robbie Gould, on for the Niners field goal. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And they stake claim to the lead here. It's 10-8. CD, you know there were quite a few Bears fans back in January saying, why didn't we hold on to that Robbie Gould guy?
Well, it's a legitimate question. 33 of 34 for San Francisco in 2018. The crazy stat of the year, he missed more extra points, 2, than he did field goals, 1, in the 2018 season.
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the 3rd. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Yards there and a 1st down for Seattle. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 1st downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Break that. Good shot. 15. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Check.
On 1st down, Carson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 1st down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. And this defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 47. Now a give right side. It's Carson. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
On 2nd down, it's Carson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. He finds his way into the secondary again on this drive. They might want to try getting him down a little closer to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, what do they call that? 3rd level run. 1st level being the D-line, and linebacker 2nd level, and the secondary the 3rd. When you block it up well and you make the secondary do all the tackling, that will wear on a defense.
Oh, they'll try the sweep. It's Lockett with it. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Wilson leaves this one with Penning. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 17-yard line.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st.
You better be afraid of me.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. He'll try and run it. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Now a give right side. Carson. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Here's another 2nd and goal, this time from half the distance closer. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Russell Wilson scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better? Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead is up to 5. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. He was hoping to get that one to Tevin Coleman in space, and it's 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. Garoppolo, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Coleman. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Now Mostert. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 13 yards there and a Niner first. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. One quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Hey, man. Watch the boot, watch the boot.
Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete.
Here we go.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
We got 4.
Now Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 29-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Garoppolo now. Perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Garoppolo. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo nowhere to escape, and he goes down. L.J. Collier brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Got some real estate inside the 30. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks on fourth.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He'll have the win at his back here in the fourth quarter. And this one is right down the middle. And the lead is cut to 2 now. It's 15-13. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. I guess the good news as they start this drive is that they still do have the lead, Charles. If their defense hadn't been able to hold them to a field goal on the other side, they'd be down. But now it's about preserving that very small lead.
It is preserving and maybe stretching it out a little bit, because if you're a starter on that side of the ball, I certainly hope you didn't loosen up your shoulder pads or start to cut the tape off, because if you did it way too soon. They've got to go back out there with renewed vigor, for lack of a better term, and also a good plan. They need points, and they need them now.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. Wilson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Again, Wilson. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up. Back to the air on second. It's Garoppolo. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Deebo Samuel, the rookie wideout, his intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. Garoppolo to try again on 2nd down. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. L.J. Collier in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. He's going to fire one deep open, and this is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them a lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
Here we go.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. They'll try to run this one in. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Tell me what you got. What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me something. Give me something. Here we go.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Garoppolo now. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Gold is able to put it through. And with that, they have taken the lead by a point here in the 4th. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here's Russell Wilson and the Seahawk offense now getting set to go again. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only 1 score down.
Yeah, true. I mean, we could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That'll pick up the 1st down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. 19 yards there on the catch and run. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Wilson now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
They're not ready for this. They still
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Dumps that off to Penny as running back. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Here's Wilson, and they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Pretty solid coverage there by the All-Pro Richard Sherman, able to get a hand in. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Completes it to Dixon. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. Now it's Carson. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Throwing is Wilson. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on? And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. Jerron Brown, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks have once again taken the lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
From the gun, it's Wilson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
False start, offense.
That's Mike McGlinchey, former first-round pick out of Notre Dame with a penalty. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. Garoppolo, deep ball for Goodwin, and he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Garoppolo looks to throw. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. so tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Chris Carson trotting back out there. And after a sluggish start, he's really bounced back. The numbers bear that out.
And you're a baseball guy, partner. How many at-bats over the course of a baseball season?
Oh, boy, 4 in the game.
Yeah, about 4 in a game.
4 times 162.
350 or so, right? Sometimes it takes a while for a guy to get going. That's my point. It's not the first few carries. You don't worry about that. As they go along, get that guy lathered up, get those blocking assignments down. Those 2-yard gains turn into bigger gains as the game moves along.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They'll run on first down. It's Carson, and he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. On 3rd down, Carson. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This one from 48 yards away. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So Jimmy Garoppolo and the offense down by 8, 1:40 remaining. They need a touchdown and, of course, the 2-point conversion as well.
Here we go. Black 80!
Garoppolo to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougal. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Well, they needed the touchdown and the two-point conversion, but they're not going to get a shot at either. This is a great play here defensively, Brandon, and at a time that they sorely needed one. And that could be enough to help get them out of here with a victory.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense.
And still a little bit of time left, but the defense can't stop the clock, so 3 kneel downs should be enough to finish this one off.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
They'll try the left side. It's Carson. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. They will take the knee here, and they will finish this regular season with a victory. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about it.
With a final record of 5-11. And this is a team that has a few good pieces in place, but could stand to get deeper and younger all around. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.